Grow Your Mindset podcast. Grow your mind. Change your life.
Welcome to the Grow Your Mindset podcast. I am so glad you are here with us today.
Yes, thank you for listening. We have a really great conversation ready for you.
We really do. So today we're going to talk about something very powerful. We want to show you how to become successful and build a very strong mindset.
Exactly. And we are going to look at some amazing lessons from a very famous book. It is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Right. And here is how our show will go today. First, we will talk about how your thoughts and desires work, like how they change your life.
Yeah, and then second, we will talk about how to make good plans and actually take action. Because thinking is not enough, you know.
So true. And finally, we're going to give you 3 practical tips. These are simple things you can use in your daily life starting right now.
I love that. Practical tips are the best part.
Now, I have to ask, this book, Think and Grow Rich, was written a long time ago, right? In 1937?
Yeah, 1937. That was right after a very bad time for the economy called the Great Depression.
So why is a book from 1937 still so important for you and me today?
Well, it is because human nature does not change. And the book is not just about making money.
Right. The title says Grow Rich, but it means more than just cash.
Exactly. It is about success in everything. Your career, your health, your relationships.
That makes sense.
The author, Napoleon Hill, he studied highly successful people for over 20 years. People like Henry Ford, who made cars, and Thomas Edison, the famous inventor.
Wow. 20 years just studying successful people.
Yeah. He wanted to find out their secrets. He wanted to know how their minds worked.
Okay, so let us start with the very first big lesson from his study. It is the idea that thoughts are things.
Yes, this is the start of everything. Everything in our world begins with a simple thought.
I mean, could you explain that a bit more? How is a thought a thing?
Well, look around you right now. Look at the building you are in or the phone you are holding.
Okay.
Before someone built that phone, it was just an idea. It lived in someone's mind first. The thought comes first, and then the physical thing comes second.
Right, so the mind is like a starting point for everything we make.
Exactly. And the mind is also like a magnet. It attracts what you think about most of the time.
Let me stop you there because I want to push back a little
That's
bit.
true. Go ahead.
A lot of people say, oh, just think positive thoughts and you will get a car. That sounds a bit like magic, you know? What is the difference between just wanting a car and actually getting it?
That is a very important question. Hill says there is a huge difference between just wishing for something and having a burning desire.
A burning desire. That sounds intense.
It is. Just wishing is very weak. If you just wish for something, you'll quit when things get difficult.
Right, like wishing you could speak perfect English, but then not studying because you were tired.
Exactly. A wish falls apart easily. But a burning desire means you want it more than anything else in the world.
So it is like an absolute need. You feel like you must have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You decide that you will not stop trying until you get it. There is no backup plan. You succeed or you fail trying.
Do we have an example of this, like a story to make it clear for the listener?
We do. The book shares an amazing story about a man named Edwin C. Barnes.
Okay, who was he?
Well, Barnes had a burning desire to go into business with Thomas Edison.
Wait, the famous inventor. He wanted to work with Edison.
Yes, but listen closely. He did not want to work for him as a normal worker. He wanted to be his business partner.
That is a crazy goal. Edison was so famous, and Barnes was just a regular guy, right?
He was actually very poor. He had no money at all. He wore old, dirty clothes.
Oh, wow. So how did he even meet him?
He did not even have money for a normal train ticket, so he sneaked onto a freight train. You know, a train for carrying boxes and cargo.
He rode a cargo train just to get to Edison City.
Yeah. And when he arrived, he walked right into Edison's office. He looked like a homeless person, but he told Edison he wanted to be his partner.
I cannot imagine what Edison thought. Most bosses would just call security.
Right. But Edison saw something in his eyes. He saw that burning desire. Edison later said that when a man wants something that badly, he usually gets it.
Did Edison make him a partner right away?
Oh no, definitely not. He gave him a very low-paying job, sweeping floors and cleaning the office.
That must have hurt his pride. He travels all that way to be a partner, and he gets a broom.
Most people would quit, but not Barnes. His burning desire kept him going. He did his cleaning job perfectly and watched how Edison did business.
He was waiting for his chance.
Exactly. And months later, his chance came. Edison invented a new machine for offices. His sales team hated it. They said it would never sell.
But Barnes saw an opportunity, right?
Yes. Barnes said, I can sell this machine. And Edison let him try. Barnes sold so many machines that Edison finally made him his official business partner.
That is incredible. So for you listening, think about your own life. If you want to learn a new skill, just wishing is not enough.
Right. You need a burning desire to practice every single day, even when you are tired or busy.
Okay, so a burning desire is step one. But what is step two? Because sometimes we want something really badly, but deep down, we do not believe we can do it.
That brings us to the next big concept, faith. And we are not talking about religion here.
Okay, so what does faith mean in this book?
Faith means truly, deeply believing in yourself. It means you believe you will succeed without any doubt.
Well, why is that so important?
Because of how your deep mind works. We call this the subconscious mind, is the part of your brain that runs in the background.
Oh, I see. So if I consciously want to be successful, but my deep mind thinks I'm a failure, what happens?
Your deep mind will make you fail. It is that simple. If you believe you will fail, you will stop trying. You will miss good chances.
So it is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your brain gives you what you deeply expect to get.
Exactly. If you believe you will succeed, your brain will constantly look for ways to make it happen. It will find solutions.
But here's a problem. What if someone listening right now does not have confidence? How can they build this faith if they feel weak?
The book has a great tool for this. It is called autosuggestion.
Autosuggestion. That sounds a bit technical. What does it mean?
It just means repeating positive words and goals out loud to yourself every single day.
Oh, like repeating a promise to yourself.
Yes. It is a way to trick your brain. If you tell your brain something often enough with strong emotion, your brain starts to believe it is true.
I like to think about the mind like a garden. Let me know if you agree with this.
Sure, let us hear it.
So your mind is a garden. If you plant positive words, which are like good seeds, you grow a beautiful, strong plant. You grow confidence.
That is a perfect example.
But if you plant negative words like, I am not smart or I always fail, you grow weeds. And weeds ruin the garden.
Exactly right. So autosuggestion is just planting good seeds every day. You have to read your goals out loud.
The book actually has a self-confidence formula, doesn't it?
It does. It says you must promise to never stop trying. You must know you have the power to change your life, and you must believe your thoughts become real.
So we have desire and we have faith. We believe in ourselves. What comes next?
Next is getting the right kind of knowledge. And this is very interesting because we usually think going to school and learning many random facts is the key to success.
Right. We learn a little bit of math, some history, some science, general knowledge.
But Hill says general knowledge does not bring success. Knowing random facts does not make you rich or successful.
So what kind of knowledge do we need?
We need specialized knowledge. That means knowing a lot about one specific thing that helps you reach your goal.
Oh, I understand. Like, Albert Einstein was a genius in physics, but he probably did not know everything about farming or cooking.
Exactly. He had specialized knowledge in physics. Or look at Steve Jobs. He mastered product design. He did not know how to do everything in the world.
Right. Or Elon Musk, focusing deeply on technology and rockets. They are not trying to be experts in every single subject.
The book uses Henry Ford as an example again. People tried to make him look stupid in a court case because he did not have a lot of formal education.
Really? They asked him random history questions. Right?
Yeah, they asked him silly things. And finally, Ford got annoyed. He said, I have a row of buttons on my desk. If I need an answer, I push a button and an expert comes to tell me.
That is so smart. He did not need to know everything. He just needed to know exactly what he needed for his car business and how to find people who had the answers.
Yes. So for you listening, you do not need to be a genius at everything. You just need specialized knowledge for your specific goal.
That takes a lot of pressure off. You just learn what you need.
Exactly. Now, to use that knowledge, you need another tool. You need your imagination.
Imagination. The book calls it the workshop of the mind, right?
It does. It is where you build your future.
But wait, let me ask about that. As adults, we often stop using our imagination. We think it is just for children playing games.
I know, it is sad. We forget how to use it.
So how can we use our imagination to build success in the real world?
Well, before anything becomes real, it must be imagined. You must close your eyes and clearly picture yourself achieving your goal.
Like seeing a movie in your head.
Yes, you have to see it, feel it, and believe it is already yours. This gives your brain a clear target to hit.
Okay, so we have our target. We are imagining our success. Now we need to actually do something about it.
Right. Which brings us to the next big step, making an organized plan.
A great idea needs a great plan. You cannot just dream forever.
No, you must write down exactly how you will get to your goal. But here's the important part. What happens if your first plan fails?
Most people just cry and give up. They think, well, I guess I am not meant to be successful.
But that is the wrong way to think. Hill says if a plan fails, it just means it was a bad plan. It does not mean your goal is bad.
So you just throw away the broken plan and make a new one.
Exactly. You just make a new plan and start again. Never change your goal, just change the plan.
That makes decision-making really important. Many people wait too long to start their plan. They want everything to be perfect.
Yes, waiting for perfect timing is a trap. The book has a very strong rule about decisions.
What is the rule?
Successful people make decisions very quickly, and they change their minds very slowly.
That is interesting. Fast to decide, slow to change.
Right. But people who fail do the exact opposite. They take a long time to decide, and they change their minds all the time.
They quit as soon as things get hard. Which leads us to the most important word in this whole conversation. Persistence.
Persistence. It is a powerful word. It simply means never giving up. You continue to try even when you face failure or feel very tired.
And failure is going to happen. It is normal.
Yes, failure is often just a test. The book has a famous story about this called 3 Feet from Gold.
Oh, I love this story. Can you share it with everyone?
Sure. There was a man who went digging for gold. He worked very hard for weeks and finally found a little bit of gold.
So he bought big machines to dig deeper, right?
Yes, he bought heavy machines. But suddenly, the gold disappeared. He kept digging and digging but found nothing, only dirt.
That must have been so frustrating.
It was. So he got tired and he completely quit. He sold his machines to a junk man for a few dollars and went home.
But the junk man was smart. What did he do?
The junk man called an engineer. The engineer looked at the dirt and said the gold was still there. It just shifted a little bit.
Wait, how close were they to the gold?
They were only 3 feet away, just 3 feet. The junk man started digging and he found millions of dollars in gold.
Wow. The first man quit when he was only 3 feet from millions of dollars.
Exactly. Many people dig for their dreams, get tired, and quit just before they find success.
It is like the universe gives us a persistence test. The hidden guide of the universe wants to see who really wants success and who is just wishing.
That is a great way to say it. If you pass the test by not giving up, you win.
Okay, this has been an amazing discussion. We talked about desire, faith, knowledge, planning, and persistence.
It is a lot of information to think about.
It is. So let us smoothly move into the practical part of our episode today.
Yes, let us give the listeners some simple things they can start doing right now.
We promised 3 simple tips you can use today. Let us start with tip 1, the 6-step formula for success.
This is something you should practice every single day. Let us break it down slowly. Step 1, fix in your mind the exact thing you want.
Okay, so I cannot just say I want a lot of money.
No, that is too vague. You need an exact amount or a very specific goal, like I want $10,000 or I want to be a store manager.
Got it. What is step 2?
Decide exactly what you will give to get it. You cannot get something for nothing.
Right, so I will give my free time or I will work 2 extra hours every day.
Exactly. Step 3, set a clear date to achieve it.
Deadlines are important. Without a date, you will just say someday. And someday never happens.
Step 4, make a simple plan and start immediately. Start today, even if you do not feel completely ready.
Do not wait for Monday. Start now. Okay, step 5.
Write all of this down on a piece of paper, the exact goal, what you will give, the date, and the plan.
Writing it down makes it feel real. It takes the thought out of your head and puts it into the real world.
And finally, step 6, read this piece of paper out loud 2 times a day.
When should we read it?
Once when you wake up in the morning and once right before you go to sleep at night.
Let me give a simple example of this whole formula for our listeners.
Yeah.
Maybe your goal is learning a language.
Okay, how would that sound using the steps?
Instead of saying, I want to speak English, you write down, I want to have a 5-minute conversation with a native speaker in 6 months by studying 20 minutes a day.
That is perfect. It is exact, it has a date, and it has a plan.
Okay, what is tip number 2?
Tip 2 is build a mastermind group.
A mastermind group. That sounds like a superhero team.
It kind of is. The book talks about the power of the mastermind. It means you cannot do everything alone. You need help.
So how do we build one?
Find friends or colleagues who share your goals, people who are positive and want to improve their lives.
And what do we do with them?
Meet with them every week. Talk on the phone or get a coffee. Share your ideas, talk about your problems, and help each other grow.
2 minds are better than 1, right? When you talk to someone else, you often find answers you could not find alone.
Exactly. If you feel tired or want to quit, your mastermind group will encourage you to keep going. They help you pass that persistence test.
That is very helpful. Okay, let us move to tip number 3. This one is tough, but it is very important.
Yes, tip 3 is stop making excuses.
The book calls these the 57 alibis. An alibi is just a fancy word for an excuse.
We all make them. The human brain loves to find reasons why we cannot do something.
The book lists 57 famous excuses. They almost all start with the word if.
Oh, yes. If I had more money.
If I had more time.
If my family understood me, or if I was younger.
We use the word if to protect our feelings. It is easier to blame the world than to take action.
But you have to stop using the word if. It ruins your chances of success.
So what should the listener do instead?
Start taking action with what you have right now. Stop looking at what you are missing and start using what is in your hands today.
I love that. Replace the excuses with a plan. It is hard work, but it changes everything.
It really does. It puts you in control of your life.
Well, we have covered so much great information today. Let us summarize the core lesson of this conversation.
Yes. Let us bring it all together.
Success is a state of mind. It is not about luck, and it is not about magic. It is about how you think, how you plan, and how you act.
You start with a burning desire, you believe in yourself with faith, you get the right knowledge, and you never, ever quit.
It is a simple formula, but you have to do the work.
And remember this final message. You are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul.
That means you are driving the car of your life, no one else.
Exactly. You have the power to change your life starting today. Do not let your environment control you. You control your mind.
That is incredibly motivating. Before we say goodbye, we want to leave you with a simple question to think about.
Yes, something to think about while you go through the rest of your day.
Ask yourself this: what is your one burning desire, and what small step will you take today to reach it?
Just one small step. You can do it.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Grow Your Mindset podcast. We really appreciate you spending your time with us.
Thank you for listening, and keep growing.
Have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you next time. Goodbye.